Ego science. Yeah, science is amazing. I'm sick of reading. Where's my hoverboard? I've been listening this week. Women can we hold the whole dog back with them? I was curious, like, what else is right now I'm just doing up some blanks. Trying to get some low tubes attached to the biggest tubes, so they're anything to work on. Helps me build my skill a bit too. So right now I'm just trying to fix down the tubes a bit so they'll fit nice enough to unsee the blue tubes I'm doing. Just gonna make another blue tube. The last blue tube I had was a little short for what I want to do. I don't want to maybe split it in if possible. And blue tube is super scary, my god. Yeah, that's struggling there. I don't know if you can see it, but super bubbly, super scuzzy. So now I'm gonna try and attach the blue tube to the tube. Not perfect by any means, but that's good enough for everyone right now. It's on. Alright, she's there, side. Well, it's super straight, so I'm trying to straighten that. The speaker's a bit shit. It's always cutting out. Should reconnect pretty quickly though. You got a consistent view here. What's going on? Try it. That's a bit truer. Like, not the easy one. Another one. So I'm going to half this long enough to do half. And I'm going to add a bunch of one section better down right now. And I'm going to half it one more time. And that will just make life a lot easier. So let's slowly head up this tube. Not very straight away. Just going to pause the music for a sec. And let that speak charge up a little bit so I have some tunes in a minute. I would go get a better charger for the speaker, but because I already started heating this tube, if I was to put it down now, it will probably crack on me. So again, we're just dancing this in and out of a pretty sharp flame. I could go down to a bushier flame, but I'm more confident slowly heating it up on this sharp flame. So we're going to slowly stop shaking it out of the flame. Seems like it's going to be holding that heat pretty well, and it's hopefully not going to crack on us. We're going to come in and make this actually a little bit sharper, a little bit bigger too. Get some more heat in there. Hopefully we're back at the same point we were. I think we are. So we're just going to do a flame cut on this. I believe our left-hand side here is pretty true, so we're going to go with that. Or we could go with our right, make life a bit challenging, but I'm trying to be a bit easy right now. Pull down that section. Yeah, that left-hand side's pretty true, so I reckon we're going to stick to that. And she's flame cut. Oh, perfect. Yeah, what's cracking, Q? I thought you might be jumping in. Had a feeling about it. You'd say next time I'm live, you'd like to come watch. Sorry, I haven't replied to your message. I've been crook as a dog lately. First day back in the studio, and Yeah, I just wanted to jump back in the studio and not respond to anyone yet, but I'll get back to your message shortly when I'm out of the studio. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wait till you see what we make today, Q. You're going to be like, fuck, that's sick. I'm going to show you a little preview. Because you're the only one in here. I posted this on my story, but no one in the Discord's seen this yet. Check out this. This is the handle we're doing for this current piece. It's like an alien hand holding a little marble with an opal in it. I'm fucking so keen to see how that one turns out. So I could have just chucked it on the clear slide, but I thought I want it to be really, really nice. So we're going to do a green body and maybe even add an eye, and then it'll be like a full-on alien themed slide. I'll get that music going again in a second, as I'm missing the tunes. Just trying to, yeah, it's a nice holder. Clean off that little bit of excess. Perfect. Now we are going to be a bit sneaky here and use that blow tube I didn't use before. Oh, fuck, she's hot. I'm guessing that the tube I just worked on was laying on it because it was right next to it, and she warm. She's not hot, but she warm. So we're going to put down our blow tube now, or our tube for a second. Pick up another blow tube that hasn't been worked into a blow tube yet, and quickly work it into a blow tube. We should be able to do that before anything like catastrophe-wise happens with that other tube. Like, we just don't want it to go cracking. If so, we're wasting money. And we don't like to waste money around here. Bit too big of a blowout there, but that's fine. We'll condense it back in, make a quick little blow tube with it. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're going to make it better when we attach it back to this. Sharp flame. Once we half this tube in half, we'll chuck back on some tunes, eh? Just going to flare that tube open a little bit more. It's a little on the small side for this blow tube. There we go. All right. We're just going to try and keep rotating this, try and keep it as true as possible. That's come out semi-clean for a blow tube connection. I believe she's airtight, but I am going to double check. I thought I saw a small hole. Oh, fuck, where was true. No hole. She's still pretty, oh no, she's a bit off, so we'll try and fix up the trueness of it. We like everything to be true, 100% 180 straight. Bit of stress in it, but that's alright. Especially because we're just going to make a colored tube. Like, it's nothing too complicated. It's not like it's going to be a wig bag or a honeycomb or anything. Alright, we're going to try and fix up this other end a little bit. About it cracking, hopefully. Hey, thank you. That was my first ever tattoo at 18. I'm not a huge fan of the Potter series anymore, but it'll always mean a lot to me. It was the first book I ever read, so I had to get a tattoo to remind me of it. I am very curious to see how the new HBO series goes, but also I'm not holding out hope. Seems very woke wash to me. Not a huge fan of the whole woke wash, but I'm going to give it a chance. Alright, that's pretty nice. That's pretty true. So we're not even going to cut it in half. We're we're going to keep a third of it for what we're about to do. We're not going to use the full third of it, but it just makes life a bit easier. And the other one we'll use for like a wigwag or a honeycomb or something. Right now, we're just going to get this pot done. The tube's already pretty hot, so we shouldn't have to spend too much time dancing it around the flame. Wipe a bit of sweat away in a sec too. It's fucking hot in here. So the camera's on the wrong side. My good tattoos are on my left arm these days. Show them off in a seckie. Yeah, she's not true, but that's fine. There's my other arm. We got the mushies and the weed leaf. Haha. Yeah, bloody oath. We're just going to heat up that tube a little bit because we're going to work on the whole thing in a second. Woo. Probably going to need yeah. This is the color I'm working with today. It's called Green Slime. Fuck's sake. All right, we're going to quickly try and connect those up to some punties so I don't have to do it later. Get something long enough. My studio's a total fucking mess lately. Really need to clean it, but you know, I love glass blowing too much. So anytime I'm in here, it's glass melting, not cleaning. Do this quick, and hopefully we don't have that tube shatter. We really don't want it to shatter. Alright. We got our green on. Take off the end, it's going to be a bit scuzzy. Whoa! Shit. So we heated up that too quickly just then, and it burst off into my hand. Lucky it was still pretty cold. It was warm, but I had a bit fly off the other day off a bit of off a little bit of off a bit of colour. Flew straight into the beard, and I could smell the burning, and I'm like, whoa! Flicked it, and I've looked at my hand, and there's a little bit. Can't see it actually. A little bit stuck in my hand and burnt me. It was such a little cunt. That's beautiful. That's sick. We're going to try and get these tunes back and going. Keen to get some tunes going again. I'll make a nice green. So first line's on, and we're pretty much just going to go around the whole shoot in my own lines. But we're not going to do them one after another. We're going to go to the very opposite side of the glass. Just try and even up that heat on the glass. Because don't want to distract out the lane color. Four lines go on for us. Sensitivities. Trace, winning the house straight the one goal. Very something I'm like, okay, nicely. While also keeping the whole team nice, happy, and yeah, no, I do need something for the birds, that's for sure. They're probably the most annoying part of glass blowing. And I like, to be honest, I haven't had that bad burns, but I have seen burns in some glass blowing groups that have seriously made me consider never blowing glass again. I vowed never to blow glass in thongs, which I haven't kept my promise to myself. Like I'm currently in thongs right now, but then again, I kind of know when I need to wear thongs because there's certain things that like big arms and stuff I'll be wear thongs. All right, I think I'll make this. Well, make some bangers. And like I know this is mainstream and all, but honestly, one of their best bangers. Such a good song. I wouldn't say it's my favorite by them, but it's their biggest banger. Just to be honest there. I'm very glad though that I grabbed a puntee for this colour. Really didn't have enough to hold it and they didn't make one. And it would have been a problem to have to do it in the middle of laying down colour. It's possible that I've done it, but it would have been a problem. It would have been stressful. Which is the colour's crap. Shit. Could have been the music. Could have been. I hope not. I love the music. Oh, line. Yeah. Wait about this now. I think so. Well, I don't have another Bluetooth ready. I really don't. I don't do Bluetooth so fast. It is what it is. Yeah, the speaker's just not working today, I guess. But we got our color on. We're melting her in. It's coming out really nice. I'm gonna try and let it cool down. It's just real green, slimy color. Ironically named green slime. That end's come out really nice. I guess where it's thickened out is where it's best. So there's also air bubbles down there, so that's an issue. That's all right. We'll deal. Try and blow out the rest of it, and then we're going to try and get it really, really hot and create a nice big bubble. That's the best thing to do right now. Alright, so I do have a joint kind of prepped up. We do kind of want to punt it up to something else, so blow out this end bit a little bit, and don't even put it in the kiln because we've got the handle thing that I made before in the kiln. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Should have an idea. The smart thing would be to pick out these bubbles. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely the music that's causing issues, so I'll have to look at fixing that in the future. I guess no music for the time being. So I just want to blow out this end, and we're going to clean up those air bubbles a little bit there. Cleaned up really nice, actually. All right, we got some air bubbles now. these air bubbles actually won't be that hard. There's one more that I reckon I'll grab. Maybe. Got it. Now we'll even out that. That looks a bit shit right now. That's alright. Yeah, thank you. I try and describe because you can't really see when it's in the flame what's happening. Like, if I take off my glasses, I can't even see what the fuck's happening. Right, but air bubble free. So you're going to condense this and blow it back out. So it's nice and even. Sweep your air bubble free. That's our main concern. Is getting out those nice big air bubbles that will cause stress on the glass. Almost now. Okay. Now we're going to create a small hole in the colored tubing. It's not really even yet, actually. Throw it back in, condense it, blow it back out. Lots of melting in, blowing out, melting in, blowing out. Make things easier. I have actually. I really like Fantastic Beasts. Great movies. Really like the main actor. Can't remember his name at the top of my head. Plays the main dude.
You're at work tomorrow, aren't you?
Still super uneven, which is a bit disappointing. So, chewing that all back together. It's kind of half talking to myself here because I'm not an expert. I'm still learning every step of the way. There's a lot to learn with glass, including how to get everything nice and even and shit like that. We're slowly getting there, slowly getting there. Trying to blow out something. Do you have that sneaky one, actually, that small one that could work? Nice, coming out good. Alright, so we got that blow tuber connected to the color. We're now going to melt. You see how there's all those uneven lines and it looks very sloppy down our end? That's exactly where we're going to aim that heat. And we're going to melt that all down and make it nice and beautiful again. Ooh, she warm though. Alright, so we're going to bring in the heat very slowly now, just because we have been working on that connection and that new blow tube area for a bit, so all the heat will be down there, and we got a lot of stress down this end, so we don't want to bring the flame straight back in there because that will cause even more stress and shit will crack and break, and we don't want that. So slowly heat it back up. Bring that flame back down. It's quite a bit of stress, but we're seeing the ends start to glow, so it should be fine. Just back under that flame and work out the clear tube. So then we're only left with the clear tube that is being coated with our color, which is exactly what we want. Take it off the clear tube, so we got a nice little bit of clear tube left over, which we're just going to straighten out right now so we don't have to do it later. Beautiful. Perfect. Cool, that was play. Oh, we've created bubble trash. That's really bad. Bubble trash is not good. That's alright. We've created a hole where we didn't want a hole, but that's alright. It's on a tube that we're really going to use right now, so we don't care too much about that. We're going to fix it up later. Come in and take off all the clear that's on this green tube, though. Well, all the clear that's not coated in green, because under the green is all clear. Just thinking of what the hell this would look with white underneath. Like, I'm probably not going to do it now. We do have this nice white tube, so we can sleeve the green over the white. But we're probably not going to do that. Oh yeah, it's not even a hot day. It's not really that warm, but I've been sick, so my body is just wanting to sweat out all the toxins. So it's probably good I'm in front of the torch today, so I can be back at work. The main job, earning some money. And see, I'm not looking at the torch. I am melting it pretty hot right now. If I was to look, I'd probably blind myself. So I'll just look up and wipe the sweat off my face, so I don't have sweat in my eyes. That's the worst thing about it. constantly just like being swept away. And we'll melt in all these colours really nicely. Bit of scuzz on one line. I kind of thought it would happen, but that's alright. It's not going to ruin the whole piece. That's exactly where we're going to put the arm, so it kind of hides that scuzz a bit, I think. Cool. We have some nice green tubing. So I want to have a little sip of water. Nothing else on the table melts. The only thing that melts is actually this beeswax. So this beeswax, you can see there's shit all over it and stuff. I've had that get so hot, like it's melted all over the table before. But pretty much, as long as it's not in the flame, it's not going to melt. Like it's pretty good with that. So like some stuff, so like that tube that was sitting like probably like 20 centimeters from the flame, that tube's getting warm. Like it's warm. It's not hot. Like all the heat is directed straight in this flame. So the green is nice. So I'm gonna pop a hole in this end, and we can attach it to a joint and start working on making a nice crown piece with it. Sure, they use much like that. I'm gonna check out oxy levels too to make sure I can actually finish this off, because I know my oxygen is low at the moment. I've ordered oxy, but we'll see when it gets delivered. We're hoping Monday, but it might not be till Friday, which would be a shame. But it is what it is. And the reason I don't actually keep a cup of water in here, and I'm going to have to leave the room to go drink my water, is because if I do create bubble trash, there's a chance that bubble trash flies around and lands in my cup of water, and then I'm just drinking glass, and that's no fun. I'll drink cans and bottles, but cups, I find a no in the studio. Like, I shouldn't be creating bubble trash. Like, it's not something you want to be doing, but it's a hazard of being a new glass blower, I guess. I'm just gonna try and get this hole nice, because we're gonna connect it to a joint, straight up to a joint. So we don't want it to be all yucky and uneven. We want it to be really nice. So I'll spend like a couple minutes probably on this hole, just making it nice and uniform. Not going to be fully even, but that's alright. And a nice-ish hole going. It's not completely even, as I just said. Try and even it out. Nice flat surface. So there's a bit of graphite on my table. I'll just lay it on that so it even out a little bit. That's looking pretty good, actually. I'm just going to I forgot what this tool's called. It's graphite something. But that's looking pretty good. We got a hole, so that will connect to our joint, which we will flare open a little bit. And then we'll work on like an alien head or something like that. So before I run up and have my drink, because I'm going to carry this with me, I'm just going to make sure this is all nice and hot. Because we don't want to fuck up anything, you know. Who's beeping out the front? My folks, they're doing something. We're going to run up and get my drink and have a nice sip of water. I'll be back in 1 sec. And we're back. Keep this hot, nice and warm. And thanks, Q. Yeah, it's coming across pretty good. I'm pretty proud of how it's come out so far. Nice and hot. Put it down for a minute and give this joint a little bit. Now, I left this joint when I ran out of propane, actually, so it is quite a bit sloppy. But that's okay. I'm just going to fix it up right now. Take off the glass around that hole area. Well, that was not good. Not what we wanted at all. Pulled out the joint there. I don't know if the camera got well on camera. That is the opposite of what you want when you blow glass. So we're just going to tap that aggressively on the table. Turn down that flame a little bit. Melt it out, and we're going to flare that open now. Well, we got it really scuzzy, but that's alright. You teasing her. She thinks she's going for a walk now. Alright, we're going to heat up our section of glass here and our joint. Get a really nice and hot and stick it together. Once it's nice and hot and it's stuck together, heat it up a bit more. Pull it down, like pull it apart almost, just a touch to even out those walls and make sure everything's nice. And we're going to come into about the middle of that green section because we're not going to use it all. We are going to use the scuzziest side of it. There's an air bubble right in the middle of this that we're going to kind of aim for. I'm going to use that as our part where we're cutting it. Roughly around there anyway. I think we're going to go for a hollow bowl here because we've got quite a bit of glass. And I originally wanted to do a hollow bowl for this because I feel like we create a better alien head. I'm just hoping I'm going to have enough glass in the end for that. By taking off what I'm taking off here. We'll find out. I think we will. Yep. Straight away. We are on to our joint officially. So we've got her onto our joint. So there's no sharpness in the studio, and we'll put it down. I don't think we're going to have to flame nail this section because we're going to come back to it a bit later and make something cool with it, like use it as a section of a bike or something. Be nice. Yeah, this is a really good section. This will make a good Hollow bowl. I do believe that the air bubble is in here and stretching it out. Alright, we're gonna move that straight away. We're gonna deal with it. Just taking a tiny bit more glass. You want to take off just that little bit too much. See. I'm gonna melt everything in and make it like almost like a nice solid bowl, and blow it out just to make sure it's all nice and even. We don't want uneven glass. We're going into the finished piece of this. So the bowl shaping and all of that only starts now. We've only just got to that step. All that other step beforehand was all just prep work. This is probably where I'm going to talk a little bit less and just focus in on my work, because I'm really going to need a lot of my brain for this. Because we really want to get this section down here towards the joint. You see how it's all like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, not really, but sort of. It's hard to describe that question, honestly, Q. Like, I can reuse all the glass that, like, I don't, like, in my bin and stuff, but it'll look crappy, a lot of it. There'll be imperfections and stuff like that. And, oh, shootles. That's really not good. We just had our hunty that was in the kiln drop out of the kiln. So that means it's detached from my, what's it called? My cool alien hand that's in there. So, yeah, I figured that out in a second. This is coming out cool. I'm going to make sure this is nice and hot, and then we'll worry about this. This is something I want to do now before I keep going with this joint. I do need to be quick about it. Because if I'm not, shit will start to crack. Cracking is not good. Do a bit of a hot seal just because I want to get it on there nicely. Boom. Already done. And straight back in the middle. Not take long at all. I have no idea how that happened though. I must have, like, from tapping the table like this a bunch of times, it must have sent the shockwaves up through the kiln door, to the stick. That's pretty crazy. I've never had that happen. Alright. We really want to try and get this section nice and clean, which is a bit hard because we've got all this excess glass in the end of where we're going to head. So it's going to wobble a bunch on us. Which is unfortunate, but I have experience with that. That's not terrible right now. We could also hunty up to it. We could actually try something else. The only problem with that something else, which I need to kind of do anyway, is we need to get my blow tube hot, which I'm not really too keen to do. And it could cause breakages and cracking. But we do need a bridge. We need a bridge to do the handle nicely. So we might end up doing a bridge. A bridge causes stability too in the glass. So I reckon we will add a bridge to hunty. I really want to. we kind of have to. So a bridge is going to make it so everything is nice and stable as we work. So now, I reckon I will be able to heat up the flow tube section where we need to heat it up. I'm just also scared about it cracking. Really scared. If it cracks now, it's not really great for us. I'm going to try it. Fuck it. I'm going to take that off for now. We can actually just use a separate rod to attach it to the tube and then attach it to that section of the bridge. So you can see like it will be attached there, so all that will stay and I'll be able to work on the middle bit there. Let's hope this works and nothing cracks on me. Because I'm always scared of things cracking. Here is a nice rod. Okay, perfect. I think it's going to crack, but definitely could. Find out. I think it's okay. Connect that bridge to that bridge. Perfect. Melted the bridge, so it's really nice and strong there. Less, the more weak points in a bridge, the worse it's going to be. Alright, so that should now keep the cold cone piece nice and stable as we go in and then melt this. It should. Hypothetically, I haven't actually done this before with the cone piece. I think it will though. It'll be nice and stable. It's not perfect, but it works. So we can take most of that bridge off now. A little bit of it sneaky here. I'm going to keep that bridge section on the... Oh, fuck, yeah, no, there's a crack in my joint holder. Which isn't the end of the world, but it also means I can't really put heat there again without it cracking pretty badly. And it could still, that crack could go up into the joint section, which if it does, it's pretty disastrous right now. Where's my favorite tool? I was like, where's it gone? We're going to take off most of this big section right now. We're going to leave quite a bit of it, though, because we're going to need it later when we work on the handle of the cone piece. Perfect. I actually really like how this is coming out. I haven't picked out a colour yet for the eye that I'm going to do on it. If I'm going to do an eye, I'll just keep it with some slide. Yeah. Move this bridge out of the way for now. So it's not in my way. We'll keep the bridge connection down there so we can come back and use it a bit later. But it worked out pretty well for exactly why we wanted it. Pretty well. Not perfect. Could have been a lot better, but pretty damn well. For exactly why we wanted it. Although, some of the think this is a bit not, it's not really true. Might be, it might not be. Yeah, might have fucked up. Probably didn't even need the bridge, to be honest, to do exactly what we just did then. But we did it for a bit of experimentation. It's always good. It just makes that rotation a bit uneven now. This is one side it's hotter than the other sides. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty clean. So we can either, we're actually going to start working on the bowl, and then we're going to add the handle, and then we're going to decide if we're going to make it add an eye or anything. We'll see. Make that flame quite a bit smaller. Right now, we're going to work on the actual bowl section of the cone piece. So where the bead is going to go. We want a nice small bowl at the end here. Mary Jane. Where is my bowl push? Oh, fuck. Again, we fucked up the handle section. Looking for my bowl push. Silverish handle. Right fucking handle. And that is a little bit shit, so we're going to move that away from the torch. I'm going to grab our section for the punty, and we're going to quickly fix that again. Because I don't know how it came off it the second time. Well, I did. I accidentally hit the punty. It's my own fault. Shit happens. Once this is done, I'll get a nice photo posted in the Discord for you and collectors. Very keen to see how it turns out myself. Makes the torch a little too hot there. Actually, try these fingers with glass here. Too much glass at the end here. more uneven. I want this hole to be as even as possible here because this is going to be our bowl hole. It is because the slide is uneven, but I don't think I'm going to try and even it out now. We've got a little hole pushed, hole blown, sorry. So we put up that, even up that hole a little bit. Make sure it's not going to close well. I'm going to shut the fuck up so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. Hopefully don't fuck this up more. Hole's way too big. Try and get something. But also pushing the bowl. I'll melt it down just a little bit. Push that bowl section just a little bit. We got the main collar bowl right now. It's not perfect. I think we'll do for what we're aiming for today, which is nothing too complicated. But we could finish it off here. We are going to add what we're. Oh no, I'm lost too. I'm fucking lost as shit. We are going to add a little handle, I think. It's going to be a good size for it. So probably add it like that, and I reckon that will be pretty cool. Right. Get the ball exactly in the place. And chuck tap it off, bridge it up, and we're going to finish it off. Bridge section. Base finger. Doesn't have to be anything too secure here. There we go. It's kind of coming out how I want it. I don't think I'll be adding an eye. I think I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. Sharp flame will work on this well now. Even though there's a bowl, we can blow into it and try and equal out that glass a little bit. I wish I had my mini torch for shit like this. side. This side now. This was an idea I literally had yesterday or the day before, so it's really cool to jump in the studio and actually like smash out my idea so quickly. It's come out. I don't know if it's better than expected, but it's come out. It's come out alright. That's not exactly the design I was going for, but it worked. Just trying to keep that peak even right now. I mean, the top of the ball there, and just work on the weld, the low right angle, this bitch. Should let this down. And then we're going to grab a couple of videos because fuck, it's a nice one. Need to show it off. Almost how I want it. I think that's it. Perfect. Boom. Thank you. It's come out all right. Just gonna disconnect those bridges now and get into the film. Yes. Now to disconnect the bridges, if I've done it good enough, should just be able to. Broke in the wrong place, but that's all right. We can. Perfect. We took off the bits that I needed to take off, and now we just clean up the sections where it was attached to the bridge. Make sure they're nice and clean and not broken glass, which I've definitely done on some earlier pieces. Left the punching mark on there, which doesn't look great, but I can't go back now. This is definitely going to be the prototype of this one, and I will do more like this in the future, I reckon. It's come out pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I got a nice video of this one. It's a quick one. And I'll finish up that video and stuff a bit later. And I'm going to tap the joint, free the slide. It's free from the joint, and we're going to chuck it straight in the kiln. Perfect. She's in the kiln. Perfect. And the crack on this thing's not too bad. I can reuse that bridge section at some point. Thanks for tuning in, Q. I'll post up that video on Discord. I want to take a bit of a break from the studio now. That piece I've been working on for like 2 hours straight. I need to clear my head a little bit. But appreciate you jumping in and watching this fucking good little studio sesh. And I'll chat to you later, Q. Peace.